To say that the past few weeks have been hard, especially for African Americans, is putting it lightly. It's been a trying time. I made like 2 whole videos about this. I have talked about this at length. I've gone to protests. I've been doing nothing but scrolling through social media, donating, signing petitions, all different kinds of stuff. And it just feels, a little defeated at times. And I've hurt in my heart for the people who are being assaulted by police, the people who were murdered by police. And it's really just been a tiring time. It's been a tiring time for everyone, but for Black people, this has been a tiring time, especially because we have been tired for a while of the same stuff. I have been so tired of watching Black men who look a little bit like me being murdered for no reason, being tired of Black people getting horrendous sentences for minor offenses, and white people doing the exact same crimes, getting off scot-free or getting just a slap on the wrist. I have been tired, and yet I am not the only one who's been tired. It's not just me who's been tired. It's everyone that is tired. And that's what I've been seeing in these protests across the country. And that feeling of seeing these across the country has really made me feel good. In the midst of all this madness and fear and seeing the president of the United States acting like a dictator, entertaining the use of military force against protesters, the president of the United States who issued an order to force peaceful protesters out of an area so that he could take a photo op with a Bible, the president of the United States who's done everything possible to be the worst possible president in this kind of a situation to make everything worse, the president of the United States, who I am so desperate to see leave the White House. And every single person who's made excuses for these cops assaulting innocent people, every single person who has argued that George Floyd deserved to die, that Ahmaud Arbery deserved to die, that Breonna Taylor deserved to die, every single one of these people have driven me insane. And in spite of all of that, in spite of seeing videos of people rolling tanks through neighborhoods, of armored cars and riot police assaulting protesters, and chaos amidst violent riots I've seen, I still see a ray of hope. All 50 states protesting for the same thing, not just justice for Floyd, but justice for all Black people who have suffered at the hands of police, and a change in the way that police act and behave, a revolution of how we will receive the police in our neighborhoods. I see a change coming, and you know what? This change is coming a lot faster than I even would have thought, because you know what's cool? It's not just 50 states. It's also cities across the world, all joining in a universal voice. Black people, white people, Asians, it doesn't matter anymore. Everyone is joining universally to say, no more will we take this lying down. No more of this unnecessary police brutality targeting people of color. No more of babies with badges and a gun acting like they're the big boy now and bullying people around them to make themselves feel good. No more. We are seeing people all around us joining our voices, and that tells me something. Black people all over, my African American brothers and sisters, listen to me. It's not just us anymore. We're not alone anymore. Don't you see? This pain, this plight is now being healed and helped by those around us who say, I see you, I feel you, and I care. I'm seeing friends raise their voices against this that I never thought would. I'm seeing white people that I've known speak up against this. I've even seen some companies and corporations suddenly join into this. It's kind of funny how they've chosen now to finally come to support the cause. But that's growth. That's how things, change and whatnot. You're seeing people like freaking Logan Paul joining into this, and celebrities and artists and people of the like. We're seeing not just black public figures, but white public figures from all over who are lending their voices. Seeing a video of Keke Palmer coming out and joining in protests, seeing J. Cole come out and joining in protests. And some people would say, oh, but you don't know if they're really real. You don't know if they actually care about the cause. You don't know if they're actually for it or not. And you know what? I don't really care. I don't care why they're speaking up. I care that they're speaking up. Their voices are lending to the cause, lending to the cry of no more. It doesn't matter if they don't care. If they see a personal benefit in joining in the cause, that's fine by me, just so long as they join in. This is great, guys. We're winning. I know it's hard to believe that we are winning, but when you see President Trump deploying the military and using draconian tactics against the American populace, that just shows that him and his back the blue cronies are all fighting a losing battle. If you are on this whole Blue Lives Matter, back the blue side of things, and if you are on Trump's side of things, you are officially fighting a losing battle, because the people of the world have come together to agree that this behavior from law enforcement that is supposed to protect us cannot continue, and that we as a people will rise together and stand against this. No matter how much they try to divide us up and try to tell us how we should be and whatnot, we know that they do not have our best interests at heart, that we have each other. This is something new. This is change. This is history right here that we are witnessing, and we are a part of it. If you are part of this movement, if you are part of this change, you are a part of history. You are a part of something that will change the lives of your grandchildren for the better. And that's something amazing and beautiful that I love. It makes me feel so good to see these things. As much as it scares me to see these riot officers assaulting people and whatnot, I know that that is because this battle is being lost by them. Their backs are against the wall, and they can roll out more tanks and they can scream at us and whatnot, but they know that they are losing because the people have risen up. And if America wants to be the democracy that it thinks it is, it will listen. Because when all 50 states and several countries across the world are demanding the same thing, for them not to listen would be tyranny. It would show how weak they are as leaders. The people have risen up. This is a beautiful thing. And we need to continue this energy. We need to continue this energy. I know that a lot of people are talking about rioting and looting that are going on. I have my own opinions about it. And you know what? It's all irrelevant, because the people who are rioting and looting most of the time are not the same as the protesters. We know the difference because the protests that I've gone to, people have made it known what they wanted. Specific demands have been made, and people know that they don't want to be lumped in with people who want to act violent and whatnot and tear up cities. And aside from that, that derails from the point. And the point is, Black Lives Matter. My life matters. The life of my black children will matter. The life of my family matters. The life of my black friends matter. And people who want to respond that all lives matter, well, unfortunately, the police don't think so. The justice system doesn't think so. Trump doesn't think so. The government doesn't think so. And this movement is to show them that our lives do matter. And if they actually care, then they should step up as the authorities they are and do something about these bad cops who are terrorizing our communities. It's hard to be positive in times like this. I've been seriously depressed. I've been down. I've been scared. I've been anxious. I've lost sleep. I've probably cried a bit too. I haven't known how to feel. I've lost so much time that could have been spent being productive just worrying. But I am finding hope in the midst of all of this, that this battle is going to be won for the side of right, for the side of the people, because together we can make real change, and it's being shown. So here's where we stand: for justice, for truth, and for the American way for everybody, especially black people, because it's been denied us for so long. We walk in the footsteps of Martin Luther King and all those who stood by his side, and we continue that same journey. We continue that same mission, because that's our only choice, that's our only hope. So thank you to everybody who has donated to the various causes. Thank you to everyone who has spoken out. Thank you to everyone who is protesting right now. Thank you to everybody who has stood against police brutality. And thank you to the good cops who are speaking against brutality, who are rising up, who are defying the norm of police, because that norm has got to go. The old way of life, it's got to go, because a new day is on the horizon. Thanks for watching. Black Lives Matter. Solidarity. United we stand. Divided we fall. And if we don't let them divide us, then we will stand tall. Thanks for watching.